It's finally here, the all-electric 2023 Cadillac LYRIQ. So here it is, guys, in studio. This is the brand new Cadillac LYRIQ. Now, I had an opportunity to see it in its preliminary phase at the launch event, but now it's actually here. And we can go a little bit more in depth than we did the previous time. You got a little glance in the intro to the video of this light show that it does. This is kind of how the vehicle will greet you when you approach it, as long as the keys are in your pocket. Even though it's all lighting, it kind of mimics some of those traditional grills, so you still get a feeling of a grill being there. I like when certain aspects are blacked out. You're also maintaining some of those black aspects over here, so it's constantly this sort of metal and black motif going on. We've of course got our emblem in the center as well, and there's even around the wheel well, we have this black piece of trim, which makes it just seem larger, bigger, more grand. And we've seen a number of different implementations as to different ways to put a charge door and make them kind of interesting or futuristic. This one is definitely up there. So we just push on the emblem, bam, the door drops down, unveiling your charge port. Actually, I like this location as well. When it comes to parking, I've tried different vehicles. Some put in the back, some put in the front. This is a pretty convenient location right next to the driver's side door. They've done all kinds of things with the shaping here, with this sort of swooping roof line, the dark accents along bottom, to sort of slim it out, essentially make it look more streamlined than you're gonna feel when you're on the interior. And of course, that carries through around back, where we have that same black trim piece and some really cool rear lights. You can see these coming down in this kind of sharp edge. You may kind of recognize them from some of the other Cadillac vehicles that are out there. And that's another thing that I like about this, is it sort of fits into the family, even though it's all electric, even though it's futuristic, even though it's sort of the next phase for Cadillac, you still have these little signals that sort of bring back some of those other vehicles and fit it into the family, as I said. Check out how they indicate where to open it with your foot, with the little projection of the actual Cadillac emblem right there on the floor. So here is the trunk, your cargo section, and it's fairly generous. You could fit a lot of stuff back here. I always like to do the example of hockey equipment because that's always what I'm packing in. This would have no difficulty fitting that gear in. We've also got decent lighting back here. There's a handle in the floor, extra storage. This is useful for things that are in bags. You could put some groceries down here so stuff is not rolling around. I also noticed an SD card slot over there. Little extra storage. Now apparently you can close the trunk using the exact same input on the floor. Back. So it's hands-free on the way up and hands-free also on the way down. Maybe you're still carrying something. Maybe that's just the most convenient method. Of course, you still have the button on the rear door as well, or on the key fob. So just different options for getting into the back. This color you're looking at right now, it's actually called Satin Steel Metallic. At launch, this is going to be available also in Stellar Black Metallic, and then there's going to be more colors to follow as well. So the light show element is not just on the front of the vehicle, it's also on the back. This is a real motif of the car in its entirety. So when I unlock, there's also something that happens in the back. Yeah, it's like lava dripping down the brake light section. The show that happens on the front is the real main attraction. Let's just check that out one last time. This probably actually won't be the last time we check it out. The way they get stacked up like blocks, it's so satisfying. Very, very cool. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. This is a Cadillac after. Oh, There's some cushion on that seating right there. This is quite a luxurious place to be. That's kind of what you need with the Cadillac. You're thinking comfort and you're getting it. And you're getting this huge display reaching from beyond the left-hand side of the steering wheel and then almost all the way to the passenger side, kind of just wrapping around. It actually has some curvature to it. The way that this is integrated into the dash, it's definitely not just bolted on, but instead it kind of flows with the other elements and sort of feels a little bit more cohesive, integrated, I suppose you can say. We all want these gigantic displays in our vehicles. How do you find a way to get it in there without just bolting it on? How do you make it elegant? How do you make it luxurious? It's tough. It's tough out here, but this is what they're aiming at with this curved, lengthy display that they've chosen to go with. It's crazy to believe that if you measure that diagonally, that's 33 inches. That's pretty wild. I like as well that there's some tactile controls that remain. You can still just reach up, open and close a vent very quickly. What would you call this? What is that? It's a vent open and close. That's really what it is. Look, it's like a joystick almost. That's the word I was looking for. This is a climate joystick. You've got a huge open area down here. I see a USB-C port. It's gonna support wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. We have some wood trim in here, which actually has texture to it, so you can feel the grain in the wood around the cup holders. Here are, look at that, in case you have like a handle or something. That's pretty cool. Back up. Many satisfying clicks in here. We still have a
large interactive rotary dial
and some tactile control for volume, possibly equally satisfying to the climate joystick from earlier. Now this provides a lot of storage down here. I can imagine all the things that I would be placing in this section. And we have your typical storage in this region, including some charge capability. We have 12 volt as well as another USB Type-C. That's number 2. This looks like number 3. This is a spot, oh, wait a sec. This is a fantastic phone spot. I have a folding phone though. Is my phone too fat for this phone spot? My phone is not too fat for this phone spot, and it is secure. It's going nowhere, considering the modern life and realizing this is something we have to solve, because otherwise you take up a cup holder location, inevitably, and you need those. And even there, it's kind of like banging around. In here, like there's a little bumper in there, which actually squeezes your phone in place so it doesn't jump around at all. It protects it. So that's pretty cool. And then I suppose by having this USB-C port here, we could have it plugged in. We would just, in that case, put it in upside down, short USB-C, keep it all really clean. If you're charging inside of the console here, then they have this little cutout, which is something I always look for because you're pinching the cable. In a lot of cars, they don't consider this. On this vehicle, as you can see, there's a channel to place your cable so the passenger can be charging as well and using their device at the same time while feeding the wire back into the center console. Breaking news, I just got an update. There's a wireless charger embedded in this phone holder. That's so much better, it makes so much sense. So you got the wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You just go into the solid holder and you're charging, so you don't even need to worry about the cable, but you got options. Cables, wireless, it's completely up to you. I love having options, obviously. And so do you. I'm gonna talk to you about something that's really important that I almost missed. These seats also have massage built in, and you know I'll be trying it out in a moment. It's right here, and it's actually an interesting kind of joystick once again. All your seat functions are over here without the need to jump into an interface to get to them. This is another thing that I like. In some cases, buttons and tactile input is still the faster, better way. So you think seat, your brain, your arm reaches in this direction. So you're doing your adjustments. You've also got your massage, plus you've got your cooling. You've also got your heat, and you can separate the heat from just the backrest to the backrest and the lower portion. And then of course you've got your memory functions as well for just your typical seat settings. Down here we have this metal grille, and yes, I'm confident it's metal because it's cool to the touch. And you can see, rather than just having a typical perforation, you've got this kind of abstract pattern in there, just adding a little bit of interest and wedging the metal aspect in with the wood trim that's up a little bit higher. So you can see it's a similar sort of cutout in this section so that there's a little bit of cohesiveness between this variety of materials. We can also notice at this moment the sound system, AKG Studio 19 speaker audio system. Obviously I'm familiar with AKG. I've used their products in the past. I've used their headphones in the past. I've been into audio for a really long time. So to see the badge in there, obviously there's a little bit of confidence that comes with that. Here we go, the moment of truth. Obviously we got to turn this one on. Let's go ahead and do it. Push button. Ooh, hello there, Cadillac. Large display, and now I'm starting to get a sense for how this all comes together. You can see the way that it's implemented. So on the left hand side here, I have sort of your traditional things you'd be looking for near your steering wheel, including the speed you're traveling, your range. Let's talk a little bit about range. You're going to be able to expect up to 312 miles of range on a full charge. And for those of you that are in the metric world, that's around 500 kilometers of range. We have options for audio, maps, phone, drive mode, settings, auto park assist, ambient lighting, charging, climate, and so forth. And I can actually scroll through here in order to see a number of different interfaces. Maps will be in this location. If I were playing audio, then that would be over here. There's a home button, which brings me back to the center portion of the navigation of this section. I can choose how many different blues, 1 blue, 2 blues, 3 blues, 4 blues. I mean, these are all, it's like 10 blues. It's a lot of options for the ambient lighting, and it's separated in an upper and lower. Oh, I see blue here. I see blue here. Let's see, can we get orange, red, purple? I think the green kind of popped the most. So we have to profile the vehicle here, and we have 4 different modes that are identified. Tour is what we are currently set in. Sport, snow and ice, and then my mode, which lets you custom configure a variety of settings to get your optimal feedback. We've also got a motor sound setting. Cool, so you can set up a custom setting, and then this little button over here, one pedal driving, this is gonna be for regen, for regenerative braking, and I like the fact that you can turn that off. I think that's a must. Climate remains tactile as well, although there is a digital screen, which I like. Oh, these are up and down toggles, so we go down, we get the AC going, tactile again, maintaining some controls, like everything doesn't require you to reach up for the display, and this stuff just becomes muscle memory, the location of these things. We have a heated steering wheel, and the button for that is right in the steering wheel, which makes a lot of sense. It's a touch button, but it does have a little bit of clickiness to it, so you know that you pressed it. You also have your settings over here for adaptive cruise, collision warnings. Multimedia is on the right hand side, so we have our volume up and down, another tactile button, and then touch buttons for phone calls, for voice inputs, and also for moving into your music and multimedia.
It's a large fixed glass roof,
which gives you a sense of space in here. So I just paired my phone. It launched me straight into wireless Android Auto, which was very pleasant. Yeah, check it out, wireless. I'll take it, I'll take it. I slammed the phone in there, right? I'm charging up, I'm living, it's so solid. I've just felt it buzz because it is wireless charging. There's no distraction, it's over here now. I have everything I would want to find, all my playlists and podcasts and apps that I use to listen to music. And then of course, Google Assistant right there at a touch. My rotary dial works in here as well. Yes. Content. Whoa, that's in my ears direct. 19 speakers. Cadillac. AKG. Whoa. just passing the time. It's hard to even pinpoint. Like I'm hearing the headrest when I'm reclining. I'm hearing speakers from the rear. I'm hearing the massage right now since I turned the music off. So I'm doing the lumbar. It's many options. It's all types of luxury in the front seats. Now let's go ahead and jump in the back and see what's going on back there. Okay, back seat time. Ooh, look at that. The front seat is where I had it for my seating position. You know, I've got plenty of room back here. I'm comfortable back here. I could be traveling back here. I'm 6 feet tall, so that means you could have 2 6 feet people be comfortable. 2 USB Type-Cs for keeping my devices charged up in the back, as well as a household outlet. If I have the laptop, I'm trying to get some work done, then that's gonna be no problem either. Control for my climate, a tiny little shelf. Got a nice little click to it at the end. Armrest as well. And yes, you can go ahead and put your ISOFIX. You can get your baby seats in there as well. I'm gonna pull this one down first. Boom. This one, there we go. Boom. A little bit of pass through. Of course, we could take this privacy piece out as well and just get like a really big open section for loading all the stuff you might wanna load into your Cadillac. Check it out, the illuminated door sill, and it doesn't just say Cadillac, you also have the shape of the LYRIQ illustrated on the illuminated door sill. All right, so there you have it. That is the new all-electric 2023 Cadillac LYRIQ in studio. It is pure luxury. You can have a time. You can have a time like I just had. Lean back, recline, speakers in the headrest, massage. I want you to picture it. Ambient lighting. It's got everything you want in there. Wireless Android Auto. That's a must for me, man. The smartphone compartment, I know I get excited about strange things, but somebody had to think that up. Somebody had to face that problem and then figure out a way to fix it. So dealers are starting to take orders for this vehicle right now, May 19th. You can put your order in for your very own Cadillac LYRIQ.